Porsche. There is no substitute.
Yeah, that was back in the 90s. Right now, there might actually be one. But first, let's go over what Porsche did really good. And let's start from the beginning. In 1999, they were missing something. The 911 lacked a sportier trim, so they came up with a pretty cool idea. Let's take the standard 911, strip it down, lower it, and give it a little wing. And so, the 996 GT3 was born. High revving, naturally aspirated, and with a manual transmission, it was made to race in the GT3 class, hence the name. It was a homologation model more than something designed for the road, and it came in at about $100,000. Then, in 2004, they took the GT3 formula, added a bigger wing, shaved some more weight, and that was the first 911 GT3 RS. Back to now. The 992 GT3 kept pretty much the same formula, except maybe for the PDK. Naturally aspirated, high revving, but now it starts at $241,000. And the GT3 RS is still trading around 400k. What happened to the original, sort of attainable sports car spirit? But also, why? Wasn't the GT3 supposed to be a driver's car? Why does everyone seem to have one now? Oh, of course it's TikTok's fault. But the GT3 RS is just one of many. The R34 had the same problem, so did the Supra or the G80 M3. But Nissan didn't really plan it out. It just happened. Porsche facilitated that in a way. Being straight to the point, they lost the plot. Yeah, at least in my opinion. They strayed away from their original philosophy for the car. Not from a mechanical standpoint though. The GT3 and GT3 RS have never been so pure and true to their original vision. Technically. Because surely the original intention wasn't to make it a collectible. So why are they pricing it like that? And it's not just the second-hand market or dealership markups. They raised the base price, MSRP, by like more than double. The MSRP for the 2006 GT3 RS was about 130 grand. For the 2016 model, 180 grand. For the 2026 model, $241,000. You can't say that's not intentional. Matter of fact, it was. Dealers just wouldn't let you spec a GT3 RS unless you bought some like another 5 cars together with it. And even then, in some cases, there just were no allocation spots available. That forced people down the used market and inflated its value even more because demand sure wasn't stopping. Sure, that made Porsche more money. It was in their interest. But that feels a little weird, considering the original idea for the first GT3 and GT3 RS. The enthusiasts buying those cars now ain't gonna be driving them like Porsche made them to be driven. And if they are, they still like half the number of people who could have bought one and wanted one in doing that. But of course, it's a Porsche. And it's a GT3. People are still gonna buy them even at ridiculous prices. We've seen that happen. Oh, and by the way, if you wanna see more of these vids, drop a follow. Either way, I appreciate you for watching. Back to it now. In making this move, Porsche kinda left a gap in the market. Moving the GT3 line up in price like that left a bunch of people who want a manageable truck car, but not for this much. And that gap could be filled by something like a Shelby Mustang GT350R. A Ford? I know, it's unusual, but hear me out. Both the 350 and 350R were built by Ford specifically to take on the GT3 class of the 911, even managing to beat the 997.2 3RS at the Nürburgring by an entire second. The 350R has the 5.2-liter Voodoo naturally aspirated flat-plane V8, which is just a fancy mechanical way of saying it doesn't sound like this, but instead it sounds like this. Just like the new Z06. Yeah, every single engine was hand-built and signed by 2 people. It revved to 8,250 RPM. It was manual only and was the best modern Mustang ever built. But why would Ford build something like that? That's the type of engine you usually see in a Ferrari or a McLaren. They looked at what Porsche did with the GT3 and wanted to build something to compete with exactly that. Even though people slept on it, naturally. But with the state of the GT3 market now, it sure looks like a compelling alternative. Now, does it compete with modern day GT3s and GT3 RSs in terms of performance? No, but that's to be expected. It's a 10-year-old car, but it's more fitting to the original GT3 spirit when it comes to that kind of pricing. It's a stripped-down version of a popular sports car, which is carefully built to be a driver's car first. Sounds pretty GT3-ish to me. All at a more attainable price, which reflects the original spirit of the GT3 more than the modern-day ones in this regard, while Porsche themselves have kept the name, but keep moving the GT3 further and further up. This was a short one, just a little idea I got a couple days ago as I rediscovered the GT350R. I put 2 and 2 together and wrote this little piece. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.